What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Yaminah, and we are here at the Red Light Special Live on Wednesdays, which is Hump Day, and we talk about relationship tips and sass and sex and all the stuff and pop culture. We keep it real at the Red Light Special Live, and we have some things to talk to y'all about. I hope you got your drink. I hope you got your trees or whatever you need to do to sit down and relax and enjoy the show. Because, you know, we like to keep it laugh. We like to keep the vibe high. Light your incense. Ooh. Red Light Special Live. So let me bring in my co-host. We have the actress, the queen, the comedian, Trina Be Real.
Hey girl.
Hey girl, cheers to you. How you doing today?
Girl, I'm Aquafina. I'm doing a fast. I'm detoxing, so I'm trying to last. Pray for me that I make it through the week. But I am here. And I'm here with the chick. I can smack a bitch this week.
You always on the detox, girl. You be detoxing, knowing the water, the drink.
Girl, listen to me. I'm working on my supporting feature starring roles, so that I gotta keep this body tight and right. You know what I'm saying?
You know, we ready for hot girl summer. Oh, yeah. Well, you know, we got to bring in our next co-host, the artistic director, choreographer, the Mr. Ghetto Stiletto himself, Apollo Sadiq. What's up?
Hey, everybody. What's going on, ladies?
Hello.
What is up?
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
That's
relaxed.
Good. I'm feeling good.
Relaxed.
Yes. Busy weekend.
Busy weekend and busy week. We on Wednesday. You know, the middle of the week. We just trying to live, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, you know, we got to get into our topic. So the topic of today is standing by your man or your woman. When is it the right time to stand by your man or your woman? You guys know that Trixie likes to be up in the show. Okay. So have you ever had a time where your significant other act the fool and, you know, some stuff happened and, you know, if you prevented it or helped prevented it, if you would have came in the middle, it would have prevented some drama? Or are you the type to let your partner act the fool, don't step in, or you do step in, whatever? When is the right time to stand by your man or your woman? And the reason why we're talking about this is because, you know, Will and Jada has been on, you know, everybody's still talking about it. It's still a situation. And now we have this new information that Mr. Will Smith is banned from the Oscars for 10 years. 10 years. Like, he can still be nominated. He can still win awards. He just cannot attend it in person or virtually for 10 years. How do we feel like that was a harsh, you know?
Well, I'll speak up first. I think based on the rebuttal that we've heard in the news, I haven't heard her say it myself out of her mouth, but I mean, I've heard that she said that she didn't want him to do it, speaking of Ms. Smith. And I'm just saying, you know, it's, you know, 5 years is a lot of time for all that you do to try to make movies and to not be, you know, to not
10 years, girl, 10.
Not 2, not 5, not 4, but 10. And he's already 50.
Right.
So it's like, okay, 10 years, so he can't come back till he's 70?
60.
Well, he's 50 now.
10 years, he'll be 60.
Oh, yeah, but I'm just saying that by the time the movies start getting Oscars, you know how long for you to really get nominated after you create a movie? Because even though he might make movies in those 10 years, those movies rarely get nominated. It's afterwards that you really get, you know, because he gonna just get back working. Even though people gonna know him, but people ain't gonna really probably really push to have him in a movie knowing that he can't be Actually, you know what I'm saying? I
So
don't
he
know.
can still be nominated. So he
He can make his own movies, right? He can make his own movies.
He can still be nominated and win an Oscar. So he can
He
still.
just can't go. He just can't physically be in the building, child. It's like being banned from a club or some shit. Like they got his picture on the front window, say don't let
Like
him
he had
in.
a bad check. Okay, well,
That's
I
why
will
we're
say
making
this.
to do some better, even better movies. We'll see what's gonna happen after
I'll
this.
say this. I've stood by my man before. One time when my child's father was getting jumped, he was coming from a football game. And you know how you always got one car and the guys in the car looked small. So we was in a little small car and we had all the music playing. The guy said some crazy shit. So my baby daddy started, what's that nigga pull over? And they look little. Yo, they was big.
Yeah.
They was bigger than what they look. They was swinging my baby daddy from side to side, girl. I jumped out that car and jumped on that boy back. And he started beating me against the fence, but we fought together. I ain't leave him hanging, you know what I mean? We're gonna get beat up together, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna work it out. But we didn't get beat up. We realized that they was bigger than what we thought. We took them to they followed us in the neighborhood. It was crazy. We had finally got them jumped, but it was a lot of work. It was a lot of work. We had to keep going through the neighborhood like, yo, calling people like, yo, nigga, come outside.
Damn.
It was crazy, but you know, that was years ago. That was, like I said, my baby daddy. My oldest, she's 29 now, so y'all already know. Do the math.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, since you're saying that the word in the street is that people is mad at Jada because they feel they should have stopped her. She should have stopped Will before he went up there.
He didn't want him to do it. I'm with you because the way she's saying it, he overreacted. That's the word
that's what we're hearing, that he overreacted. But when we see some of the videos, she's just sitting there and she's actually laughing after the fact, like laughing.
Even when he said, "Keep my name mouth out your motherfucking mouth." The most ghetto, and then not that he's not only said one time, but he proceeded himself, "Keep my wife's name out your motherfucking mouth." Which
in her mind, it looked like this. She was laughing and she was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe this motherfucker's doing this shit right now." Like that's what she was giving. That's how she was laughing. Like, "Oh my fucking gosh, I'm still not gonna fuck you better." Like like damn, like that's kind of the energy she was giving. Like, bitch, I'm gonna have to clean this up somehow. I can't believe.
Well, I just don't know if you should be in a partnership with somebody that doesn't really want to be in a partnership.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like she didn't want to cause a scene. It was like either she had to be calm I don't think she was going to have no middle ground. Either she had to kind of play a role and kind of pretend and ignore it, or she was going to snap. I don't think she wanted us to see her go off.
But she's like a Virgo, so I don't know. I'm just saying, I'm a Virgo, and and I heard that we can be special. I haven't got to that side of me. I guess I've surpassed it because I found a balance. Like she only come out if you're attacking the family, messing with the money. But other than that, yeah.
I see she was like, just because, like I said, she laughed about it, and she's already, even before the Oscars, she said that she didn't care what people think about it. Her hair loss being bald. She did a whole interview about that where she talked about it.
No, that's what I'm trying to tell you. If you keep up with the Smiths, then you know.
But Will knew. That's the thing I'm thinking about. He knew how she felt about it. Maybe some internal. That's why I was like, I don't think it was so much. It was like you're attacking her, which means you're attacking me. I feel like it was really him. He's been attacked so much and being punked so much just through everything in media.
And he probably was like, you out of all the people in here, motherfucker, you could joke. You want to joke me. Right. How about this? I'm going to smack the shit out of you. This ain't funny no more.
What do you say?
No, I was going to say, and that's why he got it there and said, I'm tired of being bullied. I'm tired of people saying shit. Like, he probably felt like they told Chris to fuck with him. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it was all black production. So he probably said, well, they told you to do this? Well, I'm going to show you what I do because I'm tired. So it could have went either way. At this point, we don't know what actually went on in his mind. We just know, I felt like Tupac jumped in his ass.
All I know is that we talking about stand by your man, stand by your woman. I think we don't know what was really going on, but I think like as if I'm at a ceremony like that, and I know my man a little, whatever, and I see him, I'm gonna be like, at least like, babe.
But I don't even think she thought he would do that. Like,
she didn't. That's what I'm saying. She had no idea.
No one knew when he was walking up there. I thought he was gonna give him a hug, give him a pound, or like on
Or
some.
take the mic, say some clowny shit.
Yeah.
She probably thought that too.
Let me just say this to you, and I said it like I said last week, Wednesday. I didn't see the fucking problem. I actually thought it was a compliment from an actress perspective, from one actress to another. I'm like, do you know how hard it was for Demi Moore to train to be G.I. Jane? Like, so for you to feel it as an insult, like, you worried about hair loss, bitch, I would have been looking for the contract to rewrite the movie so I could be playing it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing, though. Who saw it as an insult? She never once said that she's seen it. I think they just caught her at a moment where she was like, "Oh, damn, really?" That's really what it seemed like. It was giving me like so we gonna go there? Oh, okay. But it's cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was like, yeah, like it was like I think she's beyond something like that.
I thought so. I didn't think that was because I'm like, listen, Michael Jackson got joked for Vertigo. Prince got joked for years for being the prettiest gay motherfucker. Like, they be like, comedians have joked Prince for years. Be like, I can't even look in his eyes. I remember Eddie Murphy said it was like, I don't even want to look in Prince's eyes. Like, like
she comes from an era of that non-sensitive take. Like, we come from that era. Yeah. Like, we have seen some disrespectful shit happen on live TV.
And in person.
Yes.
That wasn't as low because he could have went into some entanglement type shit if he was really coming punching low.
It was kind of some entanglement type shit, like you really think about it, because Demi was dating Ashton Kutcher, and they was talking about Demi, so I feel like there was still an entanglement joke.
People didn't go that far into it. Like,
I never would have thought that. The joke was very clear to me. That would not have made sense because people know kind of, but people don't forgot about that. It's not as evident. G.I. Jane is to me, it's a perfect.
Yeah, listen, I'm with Apollo. I agree. Fuck that. I don't keep up with the Smiths, so I don't know about your fucking alopecia. I don't know about your fucking Austin. I just found out because everybody kept talking about it on the blog, but I didn't really keep up with it. Like, because at the end of the day, it doesn't make me look at you as less of a person. I don't know you to judge you.
Right.
But, yeah, exactly.
The problem with social media, we have become too much of where the court, like, people can actually hold the court of where, how they say somebody can, what is it? You don't want to get, what is it when they say when you go on the gram and they'll fuck with you, so they'll fuck you up? Or, yes. Yeah, you don't want to get canceled. Listen, people live a whole life outside the social media shit. This shit is a small world for billionaires. Don't even fuck with this shit, okay? Real people getting money ain't even up here. They don't even got a page.
Right.
Okay? So let's be clear about where this world exists of how many people really, why this matters. You know what I mean? Like, it matters to the people that need it to matter, that people that, I love it, and we come here to talk about the truth of it all, but let's really get down to it. When Will did what he did, that was a man in emotion. And at that moment, he did some emotional shit. But for whatever he was feeling, it was him being tired of it all. Because like I said, as a Black American right now, I'm tired of it all too. Who knows what I could do if I didn't smoke sometimes?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to stay at an equilibrium to keep my peace. And my peace is my pipe.
And the joke, honestly, would not have been a big deal if Will never did what he did. Period. Yeah. People might have talked about it, but like you said, most people just thought Jada just shaved her head because she's done it before. Yeah. So no one knew. Certain people that did know she had alopecia, but for the most part, people just thought she was being stylistic, dope-ass, fashionable Jada. Like, that's literally what people thought.
She was so fly with it, ball. I would have thought that was a problem.
And she's done it before.
Right.
Everybody has shaved their head bald at some point. Erykah Badu did. Tiffany Haddish shaved her head bald. Like, so many people have been there.
Like that's part of your womanhood when you were shedding a nigga. Okay, every woman has who in a relationship, whether they shed a woman or a man, has shaved their head.
Yeah,
and she can afford hair transplants, and those grow back
But at the end of
when
the
you
day,
cut them.
it's important because as you get older, let me be clear, you won't give a fuck about hair. It's hot. All this shit is hot.
right.
I'm serious. When you get older, most of the older women unless they grew up just neat hair was a part of who they are. Right. They go on. They cut their hair really low and have really short, curly, whatever they're gonna do. That's my mom did it. My mom did it. Like they don't want to roll their hair. They don't want to go sit in a hairdresser and spend that money no more. And now that natural's in, oh my God, you couldn't pay a sister to have to go worry about no hair now.
Not my mom. She still rolls her hair every night, and she goes to the hairdresser every Friday.
Her mom is in Florida. Her mom is in
my mom's Florida, and she's almost 70, and she's a Scorpio, so she's still old school. You know,
but she's 70. She's in Florida. She's been doing it all her life. Like I'm not saying all women don't do it, but some women have just transitioned out of it.
Like my mom's not new age, old school. She's very old school. She's not new age older. She's old school older. You know, the new age girls, they're not doing it. Because I had to explain to my mom why people wear weaves. She didn't understand why people wear so much weaves. I was like, Mom, I said, because look at everything you have to do every single night to get your hair the way that it is. You think any of these girls are going to take any of the time out? And I say, and you still be to bed by 8:30.
Sponge roller basket. She got her little roller basket with her pen. Her little paper, her little paper tissue with her phone. She's sitting there rolling her, talking about, Apollo, go get me some water.
Girl, I'll be like, honey, it kills me. I'm like, Mom, she said, can you go get my rollers for me? I'm like, girl, you still doing that? Like,
what are you doing? It's the new age girl.
That was like, I was like, she was like, I never thought about it like that. I was like, and you were taught hair care.
Wait a minute.
These girls ain't taught no damn hair care these days.
What we gonna do now, Apollo? We gonna put some oil on this. We gonna twist it up in a 2 twists like this, and then tomorrow we gonna tweak it out and go.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, doing the whole lace front and tearing off their hairline. They're not. People don't want to get a weave, but they're still wearing these lace fronts. And I just feel like this lace front thing with how they got the lace and the glue. I just don't like the non-natural look. Yeah. When I had my sewing Elise, I took my little hair out, tried to make it as natural. I was like this lace front, and I wore a lace front when it first came out, and my shit looked natural, you know what I mean? But when I took it off, I did not like the way it was ripping my hairline. So some of you girls' hairline is messed up because they're not, for one, okay, they don't want to do their hair, okay, I understand, so it's a protective style, but then they're not doing the care to help with this whole being bald on the hairline.
And a lot of them don't realize you're trying to be like your IG, keeping up with the IG girls who got a hairstylist on lock, who's constantly taking it off to condition their hair and probably treat their hair. Or half of them are hairstylists that you see doing their own hair.
Yeah. And they got a billion wigs. They're not wearing the same wig for 2-3 months.
Right. And you keep putting some got to be glue. You got to be glued, all right. It's got to be gone in a minute.
Yeah, I that lace front, like I would just, I don't know. I was still.
But in other news, since we're talking about relationships, did y'all hear about the IG model who killed her boyfriend? And now she's
in Florida.
She's on a law where they can't even talk about her on any social media. Like the media can't talk about her. She's on some mental health.
What's her name? Taylor Clenny?
Courtney Taylor.
They say she come from big money.
Well, she was just on a podcast a couple months ago talking about she only dates rich black men.
Yeah.
And she said she doesn't like to be controlled.
Right.
He stabbed him in the shoulder. So what I think happened was he was probably on the phone doing some shit the nigga do. And she got mad and reached for a knife and stabbed him in the shoulder because she was mad. But because she a white girl, they letting her pass this mental health shit. Now, had a black girl stabbed her boyfriend in the shoulder, her ass be on all the news channels. They would already have a snap show with her name on it. LaQuana Quisha stabbed her boyfriend Tyrone Taylor. That shit would be on every news channel, on everything, especially if she was an IG model.
And she has a history of being abusive towards him because he's not that type of black. He's not that type of black guy. He ain't no like black guy. He's like, I'm black, but I love only white girls. Like, yeah. No, they have stuff where he talk about black girls like he only loved white girls. Like his brother had to come out a statement that don't let my brothers pass tweets and stuff like that when he was younger. But he talked about black girls.
Let me just say this to you. I believe that every time when a black man is killed, they bring up those whatever. Now I don't care if who he got killed by. He shouldn't be dead right now, whether it was a white or black.
Yeah.
He should not.
And she has a history of abusing him. Her own friends talked about it and said that she always would abuse him and like stuff like physically abuse him, like all the time.
And he probably didn't want to hit her because he already know if I hit her, she gonna try to take me to jail or sue me.
And I'm sure she probably threatened that too.
As well as you already know how the laws work. I can hit you, but the minute you hit me, it's gonna be a different story.
Yep. I'm gonna tell them. I'm gonna act very white girl.
Whatever. It's just you're a woman and you're white, and I'm a black man. And the minute they see that, it's gonna be looked at as you couldn't be. You're bigger than her. How could you be scared of her? Right? And that's the sad reality that a lot of black men have to face because I don't want to be with her. Yeah, he probably should have left a toxic, and maybe he was trying to leave a toxic relationship, and she showed the fuck up like they do. Okay,
right. Well,
he probably was trying to leave her.
They've been protecting the white woman since before, because white women were killing.
Because just think about it: a black woman shot her husband who was abusing her. She had an order of protection. This woman is still in jail right now,
right?
Because she killed her husband who came to try to kill her.
Right.
That we know that if it's a protection order and she has a right to shoot to kill. Like, and she felt threatened. And this lady is in jail right now in Florida. So that's what I'm saying. The same laws do not apply in certain situations.
No. White women
were out the next day.
Look, white women were able to kill black babies. And there was a law. I had to go back and get y'all some history notes, but
we'll have it next week, Wednesday, for y'all.
When the slave masters had kids, raped the enslaved Africans, the white women would beat them, abuse them, you know what I mean, do all these things to them. And then also would fuck the enslaved African men and get pregnant by them and say that he raped her. Yep. And then they would get killed. So they have been protected doing this kind of shit. It's been in the system. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. So when does it happen for us as a people? Because I hear it's sad sometimes. I see people that look just like us, brown and black. Mm-hmm. And they'll say, well, you didn't go through slavery. And I'm like, how stupid are you? Like, 400 years is 400 years. So 400 years of damage doesn't get undone just because we say we're sorry. 400 years doesn't get done because we showed you these different movies and we told y'all what happened and we showed you the good people that was there. Because what has happened is we have generational trauma that has transferred on and on because how we are seen and perceived, how people are told about us in other countries, right? As well as people, how they treat us. And as we have seen every day when they show racism in America, and people start getting uncovered and they start showing you whoever, the Karens, the Dicks, whoever, whenever they start popping out the Bobs, Billy Bobs who don't like you, you see it and it's here, right here in your backyard. Nobody you would even think.
Right. And it's this systemic racism. You know, we have the trauma, but the system is still in place. So we can't even heal from the trauma when systematic racism is still in play.
Right. And you see it every day.
It's every single day. So it's just going to get piled on top of that, We heal, but then the system reminds us that no, you still a nigga.
Right. Think about it. Think about it. The Afghans went through what they went through and war crimes. They got all this money and got put into another country. We can't even get education from HBCUs for free.
Right.
These are black colleges for us to teach us about what we don't know so that we can go out in life and be the things that we're supposed to be able to be. Half of people got degrees can't even work with the degree they got.
Tell it. That's very true. There's so many people not trying to go to college nowadays because the way they see social media influencers making money, kids are like, what's the point of me going to school when all I got to do is build a following and make money that way? All I got to do is do a TikTok video, go on YouTube University and learn, and I'm good.
Girl, but how about take a picture or make an NFT and be a millionaire?
And be a millionaire. There we go.
When I tell you, and it comes to pretty much it comes down to this, I say with everything, I feel like they look at us as if at least you're not extinct.
At least you're still here.
At least you're still here. You know, you might not, I mean, you know, you didn't go through slavery, but I mean, you're still here. I mean, isn't that great? Like, you could be not extinct. There could be no black people. Like, that's how, I mean, honestly, I be feeling like that's how they, when they say things like that, it's like, well, and it's like, when I think about it, my dad was picking cotton when he was like 4 years old. So when I think about, that's not that far away from me. Like, you know, and I think about shit like that. Like,
let me just say this to you. We're celebrating 100 Oscars and 100s of whatever award shows. And to think in 2022, we still got to be excited to see black people doing something. And then the first show that's actually ran by all black people has
man.
Right. So
but you know, you do know why it is, though. What I've come to realize, and I'm realizing this more and more by communicating with people of other cultures, what I really haven't done as much as I've been doing the past couple of years, and they don't know. In their minds, I'm realizing a lot of people never learned. I had someone be like, I didn't know there were slaves in California. I was like, wait, what?
First of all, I'm from Texas. To know that Texas was not free for a whole year later. Like, they didn't get emancipated till a whole year later when a nigga finally got over there through the train and said, yo, y'all free. We've been free for about a year over in the north. Y'all's are free?
Because who's going to talk about it? Their ancestors aren't talking about it.
They're not. And they have media that is helping them, that is training their mind to think like this is how we are. You know what I mean?
We know because our ancestors, for on top of us living it every day, our ancestors talk about it. We got to hear about it, learn about it, read about it, see about it. Them, they don't talk about it. It's like, we don't talk about Bruno. We don't talk about racism. It's the same thing. So they honestly have no idea. Their parents say, oh, you know, there was a little time where we were kind of bad people, but we made up for that. And they're like, oh, okay, mom, dad, grandma. You know what I'm saying? They really don't be knowing, and that has filtered down.
That do know and say don't mix with them.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that too.
Don't bring one home.
Right. Or they talk about it amongst their community, but when they get around white people, they act like, oh, anything, colonizer, whatever. Okay, I know that you got money, so I'm gonna treat you good. And then when they deal with us over here in America, it'd be a problem. You know what I mean? And it's like there's this miscommunication, misconception, even over here in America, our misconception.
Over in Europe, we were free longer. That's the reason. Because they weren't slaves overseas.
Right.
The white people were slaves over there too. It was about money and class over there. It wasn't about the color. It's what you had, what your skills were. So if you were
and brought over here,
right.
Like
not to say they didn't have slaves, but I'm just saying at the poverty level there, to me, they had more people because they had the Moors and the Masons were overseas, and these men built and were architects and scientists and musicians, and so these are the things that we don't get in the history books, and this is why they didn't want us to read. That's
and
why
we don't talk about 400 years. We don't go through each year.
That's what I'm saying.
We can from like the 1800s, but
that's what I'm saying. That's why they didn't want slaves to read, because if slaves had been reading, they would see all these things that was in these books. That's why they burnt the books. If you think about it, and it was only in the South, because in other places they had the books of the truth, what was really happening in the world, what was happening in Europe, discovery and black Moors and scientists that we know now about. Then we hear only now about because of TikTok, because half of the shit we didn't even hear about in high school.
TikTok is giving history.
Let me tell you something. If it wasn't for TikTok, okay, let me tell you something. I like TikTok. You know why? Because they always have you gotta pick through the weeds, but there's always some real good information. I love this one guy from New Orleans who just break down. He said, well, let me tell you something about New Orleans. And he be telling you stuff that you would have never thought. How people have sold land, like they don't even own it. Don't even own it.
Wow.
Okay, but and this, just it happened. So,
but they also don't talk about the vice versa. Like when I was back home for my uncle's funeral, and everyone, like all the elders, were talking, and they were talking about Jasper, Florida, saying how my mom was telling me, I was like, I didn't really know that. She was like, we didn't grow up seeing white people unless we went outside of our town. Jasper, Florida was an all black town of prestigious black people that they built schools and churches. They had their own businesses and stuff like that. So it wasn't until they went 15, 20 miles down the road that they would see white people. They went to school with nothing but black. Like my parents, they had no white teachers. They was all black. Everything was black. One Bunsen burner, 30 students in the class, like that type. That's how they literally grew up, like walking to school in the woods, following the stars. But it was an all black community. She was telling me how in some of the areas there was a group, like a family. She said white people didn't even, sheriffs didn't even go over there. She said that's where the black people would run if something happened and they needed to get away from, oh, this person did or raped this white girl or whatever, blah blah blah. And she said the sheriffs, they wouldn't even cross that line because they knew if they went in, they were not coming out alive. Oh, so wow. we don't hear those stories of like the old school black, and this is like in the 20s and 30s, like old school black militias and like stuff like that. So, and that, like I said, that's right there in Jasper, Florida.
Right.
And and they don't teach us about our power or our strength, right? And then when you hear about it, they make us revolutionists.
Yeah.
They make us wicked, like Panthers, or we want to destroy and we want to, discord. But I do believe it's a time that we got to listen and be more kind to each other.
I agree. I definitely agree. And, I do want to give, also mention that, Black immigrants also played a part in helping us over here. And we played a part when enslaved Africans were unruly, they would send them over there to Jamaica because they were unruly. And people don't even know that. So it's like our cultures have already been intertwined. And we don't even understand that. We're so much like, no, this is my culture. This is your culture. You can't do this, but you can't blend this. But then when it comes to white folks, it's like open arms. You know what I mean? And so going back to this Oscar thing, I understand this is a big production and, this was not with the whole Will thing and all that. But to be honest, I'm not even worried about what white people think at this point. It's really more so about our community. Like, how does this look for our community? Not about what they think, what they think. Because to be honest, they like when we do our authentic stuff and they come over to the festivals and the dance class and all of that. When we over there trying to seek their attention and there's no respect. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, it was unprofessional. Not the right time.
He should have been banned for 10 years, though.
I don't think he should have been banned for 10 years. And I'm not worried about what white people think, to be honest.
Honestly, what's crazy? And I know you don't worry about what they think, but the funny part is a lot of them was probably most likely thinking, I would have did the same thing, but they never would say it.
Right.
They would never say it. They'll say it amongst each other, but not in public. Because I know it's a lot of them in there was wishing like, damn, man, I wish I could have did. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But it really didn't fit because it was comedy. And all award shows have comedy. And if you don't,
not the Oscars though, the child, their comedy be dry as fuck. Bitch, just drier than 80-year-old gin.
No, but they be trying. Chris Rock has done the Oscars before. They have tried. And what I'm saying to you, nobody has been off limits when it comes to certain things because that's just what it is. I don't think like I said, I didn't see that in a bad way. When I looked at her, it was so regal and she looked so strong and it looked like she worked out and it looked like, yo, you will be a badass G.I. Jane too. Like I said, it was putting out in the universe.
She should have been like,
listen, it was given, put it out in the universe, brother, because I need to work.
Oh, she should have stood up and been like, yes, bitch, what? And bitch. But
I would have been like, write the check. Where the producers at?
This is what I say about this. When you've been with somebody, you know your man, whether you like fucking him or not. You know what his mental state is. You know when he tries to prove things for you. You know when he's an emotional.
And I think she knew that. She knew what was going on, I think, in his head. Probably.
And she might be tired of whatever she's been putting up with him or whatever. You know what I mean? But I do think that a lot of people are talking bad about Jada. People are not. I thought Jada, they would like this would like kind of put her in a light, like the whole alopecia. They're not. People are the black community is, especially the men, is talking about, look, she should have did this, and I'm hearing more of that than anything else. It seems like people are upset with her.
No, they are. Because Will is the fan favorite. You know what I'm saying?
And because this was his first Oscar, so I would have made him not mess up this moment. This moment meant a lot for him as an actor, as a producer.
It was too late though. He already had slapped him by the time anybody really figured out.
He'll still get work. He'll still get to do stuff. He still got people in the black community that still think that what he did was dope. I don't think that's going to have any effect on his career because he got his own money to do his own thing, right? So you don't really need Hollywood when you can produce your own shit. And you got plenty of networks that would love to have Will Smith production.
Hollywood is lying. They're talking about we're going to pause this, we'll pause that. They're not pausing shit. They're going to tell the media we're pausing it, and they're going to film behind closed doors.
He just did Peacock, Bel Air type. Like, he's doing shit. He's not going to get money. He's fine.
Right. I just didn't like that they put this article out about Amy Schumer saying that she's traumatized by this.
And so did Wanda Sykes. She said she was traumatized too.
Oh, man. I didn't know that.
I was like, bitch, how many times I've heard her talk about slapping up a bitch? Plenty of times. Almost every time in every movie, show, skit, comedy. What she always talking about slapping somebody.
I mean, that's the thing about being a comic. Where do you draw the line when you say
now? Because now people are scared because they're like, well, shit, if Will smack at people, who's next?
They put in all the music. I mean, Cardi B just is coming out with the new song, and people come up with, you can't come up to me and Will slap. But
all right, let's think about this. Well, I guess it's still different. Think about the different people who've had. Well, this isn't Will Smith's first time slapping somebody. Actually, he slapped that one reporter dude, but he tried to kiss him, and he just like hit him one time, boom. But they talked about it. But then it's funny how they talked about that, but people weren't in uproar. They were laughing and shit because I guess it was more of a physical thing because he touched him, so it was like whatever. But I think about like when Bjork. When Bjork fought that damn interviewer, she fought her ass too. That was trying to take pictures of her baby. It's a few people who have had physical moments in these type of spectrums. You know what I'm saying? To where it was in public, and they just had that race car driver.
It wasn't it was everybody's dressed up, and everybody's sitting there watching the man speak, and you get up out your seat. You had no time.
I know it was very dramatic. Like, damn.
Professional live TV. This ain't even a recorded show. This is live fucking. That's why they couldn't stop, because it was like we would have to stop the show, and they didn't want to do that because they got air ratings and commercials. Everything is set up. They had to roll with it, and they said they had the police and everything waiting. And Will wanted, if he wanted to press charges, Chris could do that. But Chris ain't want to do that to another black man for what?
Nah.
Because at this moment, Chris Rock was just being a comedian.
Right? Yeah.
He suffers from his own illness as well. He got some delayed shit happening with him too.
Yeah.
Wasn't thinking, he was thinking like, damn, she looked like G.I. Jane. He was thinking on some, who can I go to get a moment that people would have respect, laugh at, but in a good way? Because G.I. Jane, like I said, was a hell of a fucking movie. Yeah. I don't know about nobody else, but I think they should have played the movie when he said that.
Well, look, Will Smith's books, we talked about this the last show. His book sales are continue to skyrocket right now.
And so is Chris Rock's tour. His tour has been they wasn't doing good, and now they sold out.
First of all, his tickets start from low end $300 to $1,200 to see Chris Rock now.
Wow.
Right.
And so no one, it's crazy. A lot of people did not know who he was. They was like, who is Chris Rock?
Good. Maybe the smack is just part of the publicity. I don't know.
That he's saying what I'm hearing in the blogs, that he's not talking about the slap unless he's getting paid. That's what he's saying right now.
Bitch, I wouldn't either. You want to interview me, bitch? Pay me. I need the money. Pay me. Or you want to talk about the slap? I'll tell you just exactly how I feel, but you got to pay me.
Well, he's monopolizing. Listen, his tickets tickets are selling out.
Yep.
People gonna pay you $1 million to talk about how you felt, what happened. Why not ride it out, Chris? You got daughters, you got to catch up for all the years you haven't been doing comedy. You got to remember, the man ain't been on the road. Comedy tours don't pay that much.
Him being slapped done brought him a lot of income.
I just want to know if Jada gonna pick up her acting career after this, because I know she was great in Fish Mooney. So
you said who?
Fish Mooney in Gotham. That was her.
No, you said who needs to pick up their acting career?
Jada. I'm hoping.
Well, they're supposed to be doing a girls trip too. So I mean, I guess
like a solo. You know what I mean? Like J.I.J. would be perfect for Jada. Like,
I don't know why she didn't see that. I would love to be in her army crew and be the comedian part of it and be fun.
All that fucking work.
Listen, we out there dealing with this whole Bin Laden. I mean, what the fuck we got going on now? Ukraine shit. We in war, and she got to help us fucking get this shit out here. Like, come on, Jada, write the fucking part. I'm here to help you. I'm your fucking second lieutenant. Let's get to the money, man. I didn't even see the fucking problem. And
you know what? It will make way more money now too because of what happened. Yeah. People would definitely go see it. It would probably,
I think you would give it a hell of a run for its money to be the first Black female to show you what it's like to be in the military with all that you got to go through from a Black perspective. Because white women go through, but imagine what a Black woman go through.
not G.I. Janisha. Yes, G.I. Janisha. I love it.
I hope they're putting this out, but Jada needs that kind of comeback because we know Jada.
Yes, Jada, and I want to be in it with you and help you bring this shit to life because I wasn't disappointed. Like I said, I didn't even know you had alopecia, girl. You look good, ball. So let's work. Let's go. Now, up to other news because we ain't got that much time. You know, it's time is running out, but we love to talk about the Smiths.
Yes.
They can't get up all our show on a Wednesday. They cute, but they ain't that cute.
Right.
Because you had some other juice that you was telling me, and I was like, oh, yeah, girl, we got to talk about
so, congratulations to Ketanji Brown Jackson. She was just confirmed.
Black girl, Black girl, and let me tell you, Republicans, we don't care. You can walk out all you want to.
Yes.
Walk on in, because it's Black girl courtroom. Black girl courtroom.
Well, let's see, because here's the thing. I'm very happy that she got the position, all of that stuff. But sometimes I get a little nervous about when Black people get in these positions. Are they really gonna be?
Well, listen. Every time they might listen. I'm like, I'm gonna stick beside them. Because right now we stick beside this other one. We stick beside the ones that ain't right. Let's give them a chance. All you can do is give them a chance. Like this Eric Adams shit. This shit is shit. Okay, we know it. I don't know. I voted for him. I gotta be honest.
Y'all don't put the homie in the office, girl. That's what it's giving, bitch.
I live in New York, and I looked at. I don't want that Red Angels nigga running this police. Him and his wife. I couldn't do another one. I didn't know what the fuck he was gonna do. We had a very slim picking of mayor candidates, and then even when you try to pick people that wasn't in the candidacy, it wasn't enough picks that they wasn't gonna get it anyway. So why waste the vote? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I still want to sit down with the mayor. I don't believe it's over for me. I feel like God is gonna help me sit down with the mayor. He's being groomed right now. There is no right etiquette of New York. What I do know is they got to get this gun shit under control because it's out of control right now. Every other day in New York, somebody getting shot. Every other day. Like we was getting shot, but like now, it's ridiculous. Yeah. And like I pretty much go where I'm going to go to hell home. You know what I mean? Because it's like you don't know these kids out here are so this drill music. I don't know who created this drill music. Seriously, I don't know who named it. But we shouldn't even have this shit out here because it got kids. And seriously, they be acting like rough for no reason. You're not even a gangster. I seen a nigga barfing at the janitor today. Like, yo, son, you want some of this? I'm like, nigga, he's a janitor. Are you serious?
Right.
You don't want a piece of me, son, because you don't know what running back. He was doing something, whatever. I was like, really? He had just came home from school. He was so doing a video moment. And I'm like, but if this man had a gun and just felt threatened and said, you know what? I don't want to do this with your young ass. Bye. What could you say to the parent? I watched you wild out on this older man who's looking at you like, I hope this kid don't run up on me because I don't want to have to put these hands. I'm gonna show him these hands. I ain't gonna keep doing a whole bunch of talking. That's what older people do. They ain't gonna keep talking to you. They ain't gonna let you roll up on them, and they gonna pull out some of their bag, or you know what I'm saying. And so I'm just looking at this little boy like, go ahead, home, little boy. You and your partner just starting stuff. But this drill music it's more like kill music.
It really is, and I'm not with the whole drill thing, to be honest.
You know. So go ahead.
We really need to. It just seems like music is just kind of like, you know.
No, let me tell you who got a wave on that music now.
Who?
Them Africans.
Whoa.
What?
Yeah.
Hey, there you just start. Didn't need nobody. Woo. Don't need nobody. Woo. I mean, you know, it make you happy. That music is happy. It ain't I'm gonna go out and kill nobody. Every one of the new African artists that I've heard out since this pandemic has come, since we've been in the pandemic, has been uplifting, has been a vibe. You know what I mean? That's all I can say. It's been a vibe. And I think we need to restructure. And these people are coming from countries, you think about it, they come from a lot of nothing and built something. And we have so much access. I think people got to stop making excuses for Lil Pookie and Quanisha and them with the bullshit. No, seriously. Because you don't want to be at his funeral, but then you're not doing that when you give this. You see them with guns, and this is your son, and you know he ain't never been to a shooting range.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you watching them roll weed in your house. There are parents around.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we can't keep waiting until it's too late till they become. This one little boy who shot the girl in the Bronx, they say he went from smoking weed to now he killed somebody.
Wow.
So whoever he hanging with, they smoking, hanging out, they listening to the drill music, the shit that got in their head. They really believe they gangsters. They ain't never had to go through no gangster shit for real.
Yeah.
Ain't none of them had to go through nothing. None of these young kids had to go through no real. Most of these kids got parents working 2 jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Most of these gangsters, these drill gangsters, wearing name brand shit, they parents work MTA, some shit, post office, good job.
Right.
But they want to be a drug dealer. They out there selling weed or just. It's like, come on, everybody can't be a rapper. There's so many other things outside of that.
Well, that's why, I'm right with you with the Afro beats. It is happy music, it's healing music, it's Black music. And I just hope that, we just keep including ourselves, Black people, wherever you are and wherever you're from in the world, do not exclude other Black people, because we all inspire each other.
Yeah.
And Afrobeat was Afrobeats, and it was Fela Kuti. And Fela Kuti was also inspired by James Brown. He was also inspired by jazz that was
teach, sister, teach.
So we're gonna always be connected. So let's do it together. Let's all enjoy the shit and respect each other. And we should be the one just empowering each other. And I know that sounds cliche because we say it all the time, but we just got to keep pushing that movement, that being inclusive with each other. Don't be open arms to white people and non-Black people to learn your dance and understand the culture. Be open arms to different types of Black people too, because we all, we might not share the exact same ancestors, but we all share melanin. Okay. So all right, y'all, this was a good night, good combo. So some of y'all, what do y'all think? Should Jada have done something with Will, or did she do what she was supposed to do? Do you stand by your partner if they act the fool, or you let them act the fool? So leave your response in the comments. We love to see it. And we will be back next week, Red Light Special Live. Just check us out. And you can follow us. You can follow Trina Be Real on the gram. Woo, woo, woo. You can follow Mr. Apollo Sadiq. You already know what it is. You can follow me. And you can follow Art of Legohn And just tune in every Wednesday, Red Light Special Live. And we out, y'all.
Hey.
Sex, love, and relationships with tips you don't want to miss. Keeping it sassy with all the swag. Don't you want to kiss? Wednesday hump day, we're making it a fun day. You don't have to hit it rough. From the West Coast to the East Coast, let me see you throw it up. Stop by, drop a like, and we'll say what's up.